In this section, we discuss about the ITIL guiding principles, and the discussion will actually be divided in two because there are 7 principles in total, and in the first section we discuss about 3 of them, and the other 4 will be covered in the next one. And I would like to start with an introduction on the guiding principles. So what exactly is a guiding principle, and how it's supposed to be used in an organization? Actually, guiding principles come from the experience of other companies, major companies dealing with providing services, and they are basically a form of best practice, and they are meant to be applicable in any type, any size of organization that wants to adopt service management. So they are very useful when you're adopting service management. It's like building the right habits in the organization. By applying these principles every time you have to decide on a particular course of action, you make sure that you build a good habit for the organization. What does it mean that they are universal and enduring? Universal means that it doesn't really matter what type of organization you have. You may have a small organization, you may be a medium or a large organization. You may be working in a particular industry or another. For example, you could be a provider in a bank or in a telecom company. It doesn't really matter. And also, enduring says that basically means that it doesn't really matter what you are doing and how you are doing right now. You may be in a period of growth. The economy could be growing, or there could be an economic crisis and you have to survive in the market. But still, you have to apply, and you should apply the same guiding principles. That is the meaning of universal and enduring. And also, you should keep in mind that the guiding principles interact with each other and depend on each other, which means that whenever you have to decide for a course of action, you really need to consider all of them together, not just a single one, because they only make sense when you analyze them together, and only after you consider them, you make up your mind and decide the correct course of action. These are the 7 guiding principles that you have to know for the exam. The first one is called focus on value. Start where you are is the next one. Keep it simple and practical. Optimize and automate. Collaborate and promote visibility. Progress iteratively with feedback. Think and work holistically. The order is not important. As you can see, they have no numbers, so you don't really need to remember the correct order, but you really need to know the difference between the principles. You need to understand the focus of each one, and in the exam, you need to distinguish. In a particular scenario, you might see a question which gives you a particular scenario, and then you have to decide which is the most applicable guiding principle in that particular scenario. So you really need to be able to make a distinction between them, so not confuse them. And keep in mind that they should always be applied together. The guiding principles only work when you apply them together as a whole.